A quick test drive and review on this beautiful 2024 Dodge Durango 392 an Alchemy edition. 485 horsepower, heavily bolstered front seats, like bucket seats, with 392 embroidery. You have Brembo brakes, 6-piston calipers in the front, and then gas pedal. Good afternoon everyone, welcome to my channel Roman Rides, and today I'm sharing a quick test drive and review on this beautiful 2024 Dodge Durango 392 an Alchemy edition. Dodge introduced a few newer models for the 2024 like Alchemy and Alchemy and Last Call, so it's all a part of the series, so-called Last Call series for 2024, and today I'm specifically reviewing 392 version, which is called SRT internally. So SRT, street racing technology. Obviously this nameplate is very famous for Dodge and Chrysler fans, but I'm talking about this specific 392 because recently, and I still remember, like, my feelings, my memory is still fresh. I just recently, like a few months ago, I tested the Hellcat version of the Dodge Durango 2024, and obviously that's just a crazy machine, to be honest. So probably between 5.7 RT, I'm not talking about the regular 3.6 base engine, I'm talking about 5.7 hemi, 6.4, which is this one, and then 6.2 supercharged hemi with 717 horsepower. So this car features 485 horsepower and around 475 pound-feet of torque, or 645 Newton meters of torque for my viewers from Canada and from European countries. So ultimately, just in a few words, this is a family hauler, which happens to be just a weapon on wheels, because obviously Dodge and Chrysler, like back in the day, they decided let's do something really quick, and because at that time the only available really quick version of their lineup was Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. This is when they decided let's do something similar with Dodge Durango, because Jeep at the time was that generation of Jeep Cherokee. The Jeep Grand Cherokee was not available, it was the third row, and now basically this is the most insane 7-seater or 6-seater, depending on seat configuration, people hauler, materials hauler. And so this is the car, the type of car, if you don't want to, or if you're ready to compromise some of the sports car features, obviously this is the way to go, because first of all, it's high. If you prefer SUV, if you prefer fast SUV, if you have a big family, if you have a boat to tow, if you have a trailer to tow, so this is like all-in-one car. Obviously the fuel economy, this is the biggest drawback of this vehicle, but I'm sure people who buy these vehicles, they're not looking towards fuel economy and stuff like that. So let's pop open the hood and let's take a look what's under the hood of this beast. And I really like the color of this vehicle. All right, as you can see, 6.4, sorry, 392 hemi. So with 6.2, with the Hellcat, you'll have additional supercharger sitting on top of the engine. So 6.4, natural aspirate. It's really old. It's overhead valve engine, which means you have push rods. So it's not like overcam head, single or double overcam head configuration of the engine. This is the hemi engine, which means your camshafts are located not in the head, but they are located down in the block. And so using the push rods, this is where the valves actually work. So you have push rods. So the whole system is really old, but at the same time, it has been tried and true solution for Dodge and Chrysler Corporation. And so this engine is available on a few different models like Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger. So it's really old. You have 2 spark plugs per cylinder, and it's 2 spark plugs not because the Dodge Corporation wants to be fancy or something like that. It's because of the design. This is what required like 2 spark plugs to resolve the the even combustion cycle and all that stuff. So basically it's like construction driven rather than like fancy stuff to add more complexity or stuff like that. So it's not the case here. Actually, it's fundamentally built into this engine. It's a necessity for this engine. So yeah, 485 horsepower, 645, 650 newton meters of torque, or around 470 pound-feet of torque. It's all mated to 8-speed automatic transmission, which is ZF. ZF actually produces different variations and versions of this transmission. So for this model specifically, it's using HP70. So a ZF HP70, it's more durable, obviously, to withstand the higher power output, the higher torque, compared to, let's say, 5.7 Hemi. And if I'm talking about the Hellcat, obviously I'll talk about more in detail in that video, but that car uses HP90, which is more durable. So in terms of suspension, as you can see, and also it's featuring a forged crankshaft, it's featuring oil coolers for the pistons, so there are special oil squirters located which cool down the pistons, because obviously to withstand the power output of this engine compared to 5.7, for example, and that's something that 5.7 doesn't have. So it's double wishbone suspension in the front, you see aluminum knuckles, so it's a very interesting design of this vehicle. You have Brembo brakes, 6-piston calipers in the front, and then 2-piston calipers in the back, obviously, and huge disc rotors, SRT. Tires are all season, so it's not summer tires, it's Pirelli Scorpion all season. It's run flat as well, as you can see. So yeah, take a look at the brake pistons. I really like this vehicle. I mean, it's mean looking. It's, you know, especially when you take a look at your mirror, your inside mirror, the rear view mirror, and we'll see this car approaching you from behind. This is definitely something to be aware of, and especially the sound of this engine, you will hear that. I mean, it's just amazing, guys. So now I think it's time, and yeah, because of the very poor fuel economy is something that you wouldn't, you know, and fuel economy is something you wouldn't show off about. During the spirited driving, it's about 12, 13 miles per gallon. So in terms of the cabin space and what can you see there, so let's turn the hazard lights on. So it's 392 all-wheel drive SRT, destroyer gray clear coat exterior paint, which is $395. It's 20-inch wheels, 20-inch by 10 forged wide spoke satin black wheels. So it's forged wheels in order to save some weight. And so city driving 13 miles per gallon, highway 19 miles per gallon. So definitely the combined is 15, but during the spirited driving you will see like 12, 11, 13 maybe. It's not super bad, but it's around the same as if you were towing a trailer, for example. Probably that would be even less, but nonetheless you should be aware of that fuel economy. So $392, this is one of the last call series, base price $74,995. With options, this is $91,785, which includes a lot of different options. I will go over that just in a minute. So we have Harman Kardon audio system, we have automatic window switches, up and down automatically just for the front windows. You have 2 seat memory positions available, and you have very nice heavily bolstered front seats, like bucket seats, with 392 embroidery. You have contrasting stitching, gray as well as yellow. This is something that makes make this vehicle stand apart compared to other 392s from the previous model years because of the last Colt series. You have contrasting stitching here on the steering wheel as well. You have power operated seats, power operated steering wheel. You have very nice suede inserts here. So I really like the combination between leather and suede and contrasting stitching and headrest as well. You have Alcantara headliner, a nice option. You have a panoramic sunroof, you have 3-zone climate control. Obviously you can operate the 3rd zone here from the front seats. So this is why you would purchase this vehicle, because it has, as you can see, it has the 3rd row, so you can fold the seats down. You can also move them to the front. You can see it's suited for 2 adults, probably maybe 3 children. So you just fold the back seat down and then you pull this red strap, and then you will do like this. So this way you can go there, and obviously it's more suitable, I would say, for smaller drivers, for smaller people, maybe mostly for children, I would say, or maybe for 2 adults, but not for a long period of time. And then you put it back like this, and then you put it back on. So again, the same Alcantara suede inserts here, as well as the leather. You have 2 cup holders here. You have Dodge floor mat here, 3rd zone climate control operated by these dials on the ceiling. And then you have AC vents, you have household style outlet, you have heated seats as well. So it's something that will come in handy probably, especially during winter time. And you have map pockets here, but no sunshades. Unfortunately, no sunshades. Power operated trunk. It's just a rear view mirror. Unfortunately, no 360 camera. And so you can fold the seats down like this. And you have like a huge cargo space available to haul maybe a washer, maybe dryer as well, maybe something else. Of course, if you put the 2nd row seats down as well, you can put a fridge in here. So it's pretty versatile vehicle, I would say. You see, additional under storage available here. And the tire would be located here, the spare tire. And obviously you see the suspension, the exhaust manifolds, not the manifold, sorry, exhaust, silencers, and mufflers. So now you can close the hatch lid. So let's talk about pricing. But before we do, let's talk about tires. So it's $295, $45, $20, and $295, $45. So it's a square setup. It's not a staggered setup like in some German competitors like BMW and Mercedes-Benz. So price-wise, Durango SRT 392 all-wheel drive. So base price $74,995, 6.4 V8, 8-speed automatic ZF HP70. I said that. It has also adaptive damping suspension. It has electronics limited slip differential in the rear axle, high performance exhaust, performance tuned steering wheel, configurable drive mode, power liftgate, and all that stuff. Then you have yellow silver interior accent stitching, 392 vinyl fender decal, as you can see here. So it's a part of this optional equipment. Automatic high beam headlamp control, gray metallic badges, black roof rails available here, forged carbon fiber interior accents, as you can see here. So it's available here with 2 cup holders, shifter. And the total price, $91,785. But because we're located here at Courtesy Cars, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, Jeep, so you can get a nice discount here. So I will leave the contact information so you can contact them. So, and the powertrain warranty is 5 years to 60,000 miles. So let's take it for a quick test drive and then we'll sum it up. possible. Блин, звук, конечно, друзья, просто потрясный. Wow, the sound is just amazing. No replacement for displacement, as some people say, and that's definitely true in case of 6.4 natural aspirated V8 Hemi. This engine also features the cylinder deactivation, so basically sometimes when you cruise on a highway, you see it says 4-cylinder right now on the dash, it says 4-cylinder, which means the MDS system is enabled, which means you're running off of 4 cylinders instead of full 8 cylinders. Again, it's done because if you're cruising around, obviously you're not stomping the pedal to the metal, and so it makes sense to save some fuel, right? Still, this vehicle is being taxed as a gas guzzler, obviously because of poor fuel economy. Yeah, and I have to say that sometimes when you let it off, when you let the pedal off, you feel that four-cylinder system is activated, and sometimes you feel it kind of produces a slight feeling of jerkiness between normal mode and between this 4-cylinder activated mode, which makes sense, definitely. The 8-speed transmission, currently I'm set in the SRT 392. It's not the Hellcat, so that's why you have ZFHP 70 instead of ZFHP 90. And obviously 90 is more durable, it's sturdier because of the increased power in the Hellcat modification of this engine. But SRT 392 still produces tons of power, have really strong internals like forged crankshaft, additional squirts for the pistons, oil squirts. So it's pretty durable. And the transmission obviously is also more durable compared to, let's say, 5.7 Hemi, which is 345. So the internals are really different between 5.7 and 6.4. 6.4 being a beefier variation. The transmission is extremely snappy. You don't feel any delays at all. The engine itself is always ready to pick up. There's no time when I thought that, oh my god, there is huge delay. So that's a highlight of all the Durango V8 Hemi powered vehicles, regardless if it's 5.7. Obviously, I'm not talking about exact numbers, like 0 to 60 time. Obviously, 5.7 would be slower. 6.4 will be slower than the Hellcat, and so on and so forth. But the pickup and the emotional side of driving this car obviously is just amazing. Wow. This thing moves, definitely. Fuel economy is just terrible. It's currently showing 12.8 miles per gallon, which is just horrible. Definitely flat out horrible. I'm in a sport mode, which means the dampers on the firmer side compared to regular comfort mode or individual mode. Let's do like a slight acceleration. Yeah, this thing moves for sure. This is what I really like about natural aspirated engines, because you don't have to have a supercharger, turbocharger. Obviously, when I'm talking about Hellcat, that's like another level. Because the pickup on these vehicles and how they feel, how they react, compared to turbocharged vehicles, is just awesome. I'm not talking about all turbocharged vehicles, I'm talking about some of them. In terms of 0 to 60 time, this does in 4.1 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So it's around 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, depending on the grip level, depending on weather conditions. All right, I hope you enjoyed the driving portion of this video the most. Again, it was just a brief overview of this vehicle. Obviously, it's been on the market since 2010. You can imagine this is the same third generation of Dodge Durango. It's been produced since 2010 in this specific body, in this specific generation. Obviously, throughout the years, Dodge has made different updates and refreshes towards this car, to this engine, to the body, to cabin space, and different optional equipment like infotainment. If you're interested in buying this car, it's still available here. There are quite a few cars available here at Courtesy Cars, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler in Brandon, Florida, Tampa Bay area. If you're looking to get one of these or any other vehicle from this brand, then feel free to come in here. Again, I'm not affiliated with the dealership. I'm just sharing what I like and just saying thank you to this dealership for providing me with the opportunity to test drive this car again. If you have watched already, or if you haven't watched, I'll be doing another video on the Hellcat version of that. So specifically what I really like about this vehicle. So first of all, price-wise. So the base price, it is let's say $75,000, which is way less than the Hellcat cost. So basically it's a kind of affordable vehicle compared to the Hellcat, and is a sweet spot. For example, if you consider 5.7 to be, or if you don't consider 5.7 at all, or you think it's not that interesting in terms of performance and dynamic and handling, and you'd like to have more sturdy internals in terms of the engine, like forged crank and additional oil coolers for the pistons and higher output and additional torque, I think 6.4 SRT 392 is the sweet spot in terms of price, in terms of performance, in terms of fuel efficiency. It also features the cylinder deactivation system. So I think it's a very nice option for you to get in the class of performance crossovers. And again, 6-piston Brembo SRT branded calipers, 2-piston in the back, and very nice looking car. I really think that it is a handsome vehicle. It's extremely well proportionate design, contributes to the overall, impression of this vehicle, and this beautiful gray color and this accents. So yeah, Let me know in the comment section. I think the most important part of this vehicle, it is emotional part of this vehicle, because you purchased that not because of fuel economy, not because of just hauling people, obviously. Instead of that, you would have purchased Honda Pilot or Acura MDX, but you're looking for emotional part. Emotional part is like 10 out of 10 in this vehicle, especially the sound of V8 Hemi, and it's very unfortunate that now Dodge switches to straight six twin turbocharged. That engine is really nice, very cool, but the one more important part that we'll lose and we will never see there again is the sound of V8, the burble, you know. It's just amazing. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I delivered what you were looking for. If you like this video, please subscribe, please hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.